Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Danny's Life and Travel. And as promised, today I want to talk about um, the banks and how you can make a complaint and hopefully make some money from the situation. So okay, I'll give you an example. I think the example illustrates how you can do this best. So a few years ago, I cancelled one standing order with a bank, and they, I don't know why, but they decided to cancel all my standing orders. Now, because of this, it was their fault. The standing orders were cancelled. Then later on when I asked them, I said, could you reinstate some of the standing orders? One of them was on a bank account that was in joint names with me and my mum. So now in that situation, what they said to me is, no, we need your mum to come down and give permission to set up the standing order. But I knew this was wrong. I knew this was false because in the beginning, when I did set up the standing order, I didn't have to call my mum down. I did it myself, and I thought since it was their fault, they should put it right because they cancelled that standing order. Now they said to me, no, you have to get her down. It's not possible, and it was constant, the same thing they kept saying over and over again. So I spoke to an advisor at the branch and in my town, and I spoke to her manager. I even spoke to the assistant manager of the branch, and all of them maintained that I needed to get my mum down. And all I kept saying to all of them was, okay, where does it say in the terms and conditions that I need to bring her down, right? So remember, whenever you're making a complaint, always stick to something that you can fall back on, something that is a fact, not something that you think is right or you assume is right or the bank assumes is right, but something that you know to be a fact, right? So the only way you can do that is, if it's in writing, if it's in the terms and conditions. Now, if they're making the argument that, you can't do something, you're not allowed to do something, what you're saying to them is prove it, right? And you're saying to them, show me in the terms and conditions, which is a reasonable request. And because they work in the bank, they should know all the terms and conditions. They should know what they're selling and what they're doing, right? So that's all I did. I just stuck to my guns, no matter what they said. I just stuck to the fact. I just said, okay, show me in the terms and conditions. Everybody looked through the terms and conditions. Nobody could find it, right? The assistant branch manager said to me, trust me, sir, I've been working here for years and I've been through extensive training. I wouldn't lie to you. It is in our terms and conditions. You need to get your mum down. I said, okay, fine. You just show me in the terms and conditions. So she said, okay, you go home and I will have a look and I will get that information to you. The next week on a Tuesday, I got a call and she said, I'm sorry, sir, you were right, we were wrong. It's not in the terms and conditions. Yeah. So it's not there. So I was right. So they ended up paying me £200, I think, at the time, which I don't know what it is in dollars, but it's a good chunk of cash. That and coupled with a couple of similar situations with other banks, surprise, surprise, I managed to get enough money together to buy a phone. I bought the Samsung Galaxy S4 was new at the time, so I bought that. So you can do the same thing. Just remember, stick to the facts. Don't let them push you, to a side and say, look, we're right, you're wrong because we say so, right? Another one is where I had a branch manager where she said, I'd love to help you, but I can't help you. Then I just simply said to her, then you're useless to me, right? Because you're not helping me. So I'd like someone who can help me, right? Which is a fact. It's true, right? I hate it when people say, I'd love to help you and I like helping people, but I just can't help you, right? And in the end, she got so frustrated, she said to me, maybe you should bank with someone else. To which I made a complaint. And then again, what happened? I didn't see her again in that branch. So bye-bye to her. But it's things like that, never lose your temper, never lose your cool. Just stick to the facts and you'll be fine. And you'll always win. I've done it for other people, I've done it for myself, it works. But keep in mind, if you go too far, meaning if you're winning consistently, they don't like it, right? And remember, the banks can close down your accounts for commercial reasons. That means they don't have to give you a reason. It's just, a get out of jail card for them in a way. They can just say, hey, we may be right, but we don't want you as a customer anymore. So goodbye. So if you have an issue, you could do it once or twice, but don't do it continuously. So once or twice in a year is fine, but doing it more than that, it just kind of gets a bit, I gets on the nerves. And especially like the assistant manager I had the issue with, she actually did get my accounts closed down eventually. It took, I think, after 3 years later, she lied and she got them closed down. That was the way. And remember, the key thing here is when you talk to them, try to talk to them over the phone, right? And make sure that you know the person you're speaking to. So every time I speak to someone, I write down their name, their location, the time of the call, and the date. You just write that down. Yeah, every time you speak to them. That way you have a record of who you spoke to, where they were from, and the time of call. And then they can basically trace that call, and all calls for the banks are recorded. Another thing to remember is if you do complain and it goes to the financial ombudsman, the financial ombudsman charges them and they charge them about 550 quid, something like that. They charge them a lot of money, so you have a good negotiating position. So when they do offer you a an amount, say 200 quid or whatever it is, you know where you're at, you know how much you could get out of them. So 500 is the limit, otherwise they won't give a crap. So 300, 400 is okay if you can get it, but 200 is still good, depending on the situation. So you got to gauge it on each individual situation, but you can get them. But anyway, that was just something I wanted to talk about. I want to make sure I get that out there to help you guys, because I know the banks, it's always double standards. When we do something wrong, they will fine you, they will penalize you, they will take money from you, they'll take you to court, you'll have huge amounts to pay. But when they do something wrong, right, they don't have to pay as much, right? And right now, as the law exists in the UK, they could close down every single person's bank account for commercial reasons. And they just say that we're closing it for commercial reasons, that's it. There is no reason within that. They're not being specific, right? This is the reason why we're closing it down. Because they know if they did that, then you could possibly argue against it and you could prove them wrong, which you would. I mean, if you're calm, collected, and you're doing things the right way, you would be able to prove them wrong, and then they have no reason to close it down, and then they're stuck with you. So they just say commercial reasons and they can do it. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, good luck to all of you. I hope it works out. If any of you have issues where you're having problems with the banks or with any situation, you can comment, and I will respond to you. I normally do straight away, pretty much, and try and help you as much as I can. Just give you tips and resources and advice on things I've been through, and what you can do and can't do, and so on. So good luck with that, guys. See you next time. Bye bye for now.